It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies. We are in day 7 of the Calgary Underground Film Festival. 6 down, 1 to go. Kind of depressing, really. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hello, Jim.
Hey, hey.
And the Merman. Murray, what's going on?
Nothing.
So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Oh, yes. The last day of Cuff. So excited about today. We've got 3 little gems we're going to watch today, which I'm just going to let everybody know we're going to talk about on this week's Wednesday's podcast.
Cool.
Which is Nobody. I used to go here and Crazy World. A Ugandan bliss pack.
Right on.
So tasty. But today we're going to talk about the assorted sorts package, Assorted Coolness. We're going to talk about Sleeze Lake, van life at its lowest and best. We're going to talk about a film that should not exist. We're going to talk I Blame Society, Synchronic, that was at the Big Rock Drive-In. We're going to talk a little bit about Saturday morning cartoons. We're going to talk about... Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Let's talk about how cool cartoons are. In conversations with Darren Bousman, you're going to tell us a little bit what he had to say.
Hey, it's a cool dude. I like him.
Bloody Nose, Empty Pockets, Homewrecker, Dead Dicks, and Yummy. This may be a full-packed episode. We got to squeeze in a bunch of stuff.
We better get on it then, because we're doing 2 days in one.
Yes, we are. Okay, so Friday, we're going back to Friday.
So long ago.
It does seem so long ago. And I got to tell you, Friday was not my favorite day for Cuff screenings for what we programmed. I sensing that you had the same feelings.
I cannot disagree.
But there was a lot of good that came out of the shorts for me anyway.
All right. Well, let's roll with the shorts.
Let's roll with the shorts. So
start with the positive and...
Well, I'm just going to roll from start to finish on them.
Okay, let's go.
This package called Assorted Coolness, which kind of summed it up in a pretty good take.
All right.
Conspiracy Cruise, kind of like the Love Boat, but more conspiracy-ness. That is a meh for me.
Yeah, it was meh.
Jesse Jams. Oh, sorry.
That's totally different.
I was just not Jams enough for that one.
Yes, Jesse Jams.
Jesse Jams.
Alberta production.
Yeah, I found it as a pretty inspiring doc. It's a very short doc.
It was pretty interesting.
And transgender Aboriginal person with a significant amount of health issues was really doing some cool stuff in this world. So if you get a chance to find out more about Jesse Jams, check it out. Alberta grown, so super cool. Actually, Assorted Coolness.
There you go.
Free fun. So Cuff. I loved it. VR never was better.
I don't even remember it.
This is the one where the guy was he was playing like either transgender or LGBTQ community, and he's in his bedroom. And then he finds out that his dad was in the same thing when they come out for supper.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I loved it. It was a mondo for me. I loved it. Earache. This one was a meh for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It, again, we have to remind people of this. These films, some of them obviously not for us. But these were selected from a bunch of... I think you summed it up the other day when we talked about Little Zombies. We Are Little Zombies. Yeah. That it's come through a lot of people to get some of these international shows that we're getting.
If it's made it all the way to my screen, then some people have liked it along the way.
That's right.
Just because it's not for me doesn't mean it's not for everybody. It's somebody else.
Yeah, and I think we can kind of quantify that because some of them, in my opinion, that we're going to talk today,
they weren't for me.
The production values weren't good enough for me because I'm maybe a little picky. But anyway, Unfinished Business short. I love this. It was a big surprise Hotel Mondo.
Yeah, I didn't even really get it.
I know, but I thought it was cool.
All right.
The Devil's Harmony Acapella Love. Was a meh.
Yeah.
Hot and Tasty.
Hot and tasty.
I love this short. Assorted Party Girls Mondo.
Yeah, it was all right.
It was awesome.
Man.
Of chicken and chips. Hot and tasty. You are hot and tasty. The Mother.
Mother was actually Mondo.
Black and white atmospheric film. It was a meh for me. It was super good. Just a little bit more experimental than I kind of wanted, but I get
Maybe
what.
Maybe not quite experimental. No, it was just really good. I liked it.
It was good, and I just didn't love it. But
Yep.
this one actually, I think, won jury's prize. I think.
Oh yeah, it did actually. Now that yes, it did.
See, my memory's not
Yeah.
always terrible. Yeah. So actually, you can check out the website, CalgaryUndergroundFilm.org, and they're talking about who's winning. So if you like to follow what the jury's thinking,
Yes.
check it out.
The jury tended to agree with me actually.
Yeah, that doesn't always make it the right answer, but
Well,
that's okay.
it does when you do
Does
agree with me.
For you, it works. Immortal, it was kind of cool, but it was meh.
Yeah.
And I Love to Wait.
Was that the tree one?
Yeah. No, the tree one was a different one. That was called Bark.
Oh yeah, that was before some.
Yeah, another film. We'll talk
Never
about
mind.
Bark in a bit.
Will we?
Yeah, we will.
what
was
was I Love to Wait?
I can't remember now. I feel terrible. I should have
That's-
put notes. But
sorry about
if it
that.
only got a meh, if the director's listening, it's because I didn't love it enough to put more content into my review
There
of
you
it.
go.
So I'm terrible. I'm a terrible person.
Yeah, well,
Um,
we all sort of know that.
that is true. So then that was it for the shorts package. Anything stand out? What was your favorite? You liked Mother, right? In the shorts package.
Yeah, I liked Mother, and let's just leave it at that. Mother was my
you
favorite.
can only
of
love one of them the
Yeah.
most. For me, it's Hot and Tasty all the way. Super loved it. Super,
okay.
super cartoon fun.
Cute.
Murray, you should see it. You'd like it.
Now it's on to Sleeze Lake.
Yeah, and we saw the short before it, Drug Sauna. The music was cool, but the movie was meh.
Yeah.
Wow, why don't you talk a little bit about Sleeze Lake and your passion for vanning?
I think if you what was it? Was that what it was called? By the way, the first feature they did on van culture,
It was just vanning,
was it Vannon?
I believe.
Yeah. So if you saw Vannon, you don't have to see this.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same way. Like, it's kind of like when a documentary has a
Rinse and repeat.
we've got a prequel now to the
So-
doc,
so
and now
don't
there's a
rinse 'cause
sequel.
it's all so dirty.
Yeah,
Just repeat.
just repeat. Now I'm feeling terrible because maybe it wasn't just Vannon, but I thought it was. I thought it was Vannon and then something underneath it.
Maybe.
Okay, maybe Murray can look that up while we're blasting through this. But
Yeah, it was called Van in 2013.
Yep,
yeah, there you
that's
go. It is just
There you go.
Vannon. IMDb didn't find it, so maybe that's telling us
Well,
something.
I'm on the Calgary Underground Film Festival website.
Oh,
It's a good source of information.
It is.
So, blah. Sleeze Lake, van life at its lowest and best.
I saw Vannon, so I felt like I'd seen it before. I mean, it was fine, but yeah, meh.
This I put. I'm not a fan of this type of dock deep van culture, which I don't understand personally. I don't get it.
Yeah.
And I saw Vannon back a few years ago at Cuff and didn't understand why they needed to make another one. So, just not a fan of the genre / van culture / slacker doc.
But if you are, more power to you. Let's move on.
Yeah, gets a non-interested in van slacker life crisis. Meh.
There you go.
There we go. Short we saw prior to this film should not exist. There was a couple actually. Pale Lips by the Kids, which was meh. And Baby... Oh, and The Mandates, Baby I'm an Outsider. It was meh, but the music had some fun times music in it. And then we saw This Film Should Not Exist.
Once again, if you're there and you're a fan, you probably thought this was fantastic. I wasn't there. I'm not a fan. Man,
Yeah.
I just, I'm
It's
not-
interesting to learn about a band,
Yeah.
but it's not my favorite music, so that was tough.
I don't know how much we learned though. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
I felt like this was more of a nostalgia thing than it was a let's introduce this to some people that don't know about it thing.
Yeah, because watching this doc didn't make me want to rush out and see more of their music.
There's so many times I've watched a music doc where it's introduced me to someone that I'd never really heard of before. If I did, I kind of heard of them on the fringes.
Yeah.
And then I watch it. A perfect example was this band called Death. As soon as I watched that documentary, I ran out. I said, okay, I got to get this music because apparently some record company released some sort of compilation of the 2 albums that they had. And I bought it up, and that's a good music doc. If it makes you want to run out immediately, log on to whatever site that you log on to get your music, and you're trying to find that music immediately, that doc has done a hell of a job.
Yep.
It didn't happen here.
Well, so I think there's kind of 2 parts to that. Personally, there's the doc that's a music doc, and because we had an episode back a few where we talked about our favorite music docs. So there's a music doc that is done so well, but the music still isn't your favorite genre.
Yeah.
Right. And you could fall in love with it. Like, there was some, I can't even remember the titles of them now, but there was one back a while ago. It was about some kind of rap culture, and I'm not really into rap at all, but I thought the doc was fantastic.
Yeah.
And then there's the ones, like you say, where they introduce you to a band, and there can be that the doc was good, but if the music was really cool, then you're gonna fall in love with it, right?
Yeah, and quite often it sort of goes hand in hand, because if the music's really good, then the filmmaker making it wants to make a really good film, and quite often it goes hand in hand. I don't find too often that I see a music doc that has the really good music in it that I go, oh, that wasn't that well made. Usually it's pretty well made too.
Yeah, well, this one doesn't...
I can't think of an example.
Well,
because here I didn't. I mean, the music. If it's your bag, cool. Didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I found it very home movie, and it was very gritty feel. For a band doc, either, like we said, I have to either love or remotely like the band, or love the storytelling that's trying to sell, right? Like, you may not like Alice Cooper, but Super Duper Alice Cooper was a great doc.
Yeah, it was a good story to tell.
For me,
How can you not like Alice Cooper?
I don't know. People who don't like Alice Cooper are
Well, then
Alice
they haven't,
Cooper
then
crazy.
Then they haven't listened to $1 Billion Babies beginning to end.
Yeah, exactly. Classic. I'm gonna give this a nice try. Rage.
Wow.
I'm not gonna give it a meh because I did not enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I think the title speaks for itself.
Yeah. Okay, well, why don't we just leave it at that and move on?
Yeah, you don't have to tell us your thoughts.
So
I'm just gonna.
The title was the best part of the movie. Is what
The title was pretty ironic.
It was accurate.
Yeah, there we go. So Bryce isn't going to say it aloud, but it made him rage a bit too, I think. All right, well, I Blame Society, but before that, we saw a short called Damien.
Refresh my memory.
This is the guy he's sitting in the producer's office.
Oh yeah, I like
pitching
that.
The horror.
That was awesome.
It was funny
Mondo.
as hell. It was funny as fuck. It was a Mondo.
Yeah.
He was pitching this horror movie. It was well placed before this movie too. So
that was I really like that.
So we're talking about I Blame Society.
Yes.
And why don't you talk about this, because you like this a little better than
I liked it. I think you didn't like it because of I don't know, you're yakking about production and stuff like that and blah, blah, blah. But that was kind of the point of it. They even make fun of it when she's trying to pitch this movie and showing it to other people. Like, it's a movie within a movie. Yeah. And when she's pitching this to other people, she kind of makes fun of the fact that her production is ridiculous. So, I actually found it entertaining. So, it's actually still a meh, but it's a high meh because I enjoyed it a lot. I'm not going to go out there and say this is Mondo and everybody has to see it, but at the same time, it's worth seeing.
Well, it's still getting a meh for me, but I'm gonna just break it down here. I blame the director a little bit on this, and she was the writer and director and star of the movie.
Writer, director, star.
That almost never works out.
Yeah, sometimes
it worked
never
out
works
this time.
It didn't work out to get it to a Mondo though, so apparently not as good as it could have done. I wasn't a huge fan of this. I did like parts of it. It ticks a lot of boxes for films that annoy me to begin with. Number one, found footage type films. I don't like shaky cameras that are no.
I don't know. This could have been done any other way.
Homemade movie feel. I didn't like. But okay, so I
but
get
the homemade movie feel was the point.
No, I understand that was the point. But then she's still trying to be this director, even through her mental illness, and there was just terrible edits. The acting was not the greatest. I know, but
it was fantastic.
No, it wasn't fantastic. It was good
that was the
because
point.
It didn't become a mondo. I thought the choppy edits just got in my way of enjoying it.
No, the choppy edits is what made it because this is who she is.
I didn't find it funny.
Bad
it should have filmed funny.
That's who she is.
No, she's not a bad filmmaker.
I like the idea of this film, but I did not love the execution. The female serial killer always is an exciting aspect for me. But
I think it had to be executed in this way. Otherwise, it wouldn't have made sense.
The last 30 minutes were pretty amazing, though.
The whole thing was
I
good.
think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, the last 30 minutes were great. So it brought it to a meh for me. Because
it was a high meh. I can't go mondo on it, but I enjoyed it a lot.
Well, good. I overall, the end of the film, it got a meh for me, so I must have liked it. So
there you go.
And then we saw Murray. Actually, you saw this a while ago. So
what? This movie?
Did you get to a meh for you, or did it make you rage?
The first half made me rage because I didn't like her. I
preferred
that was the point.
That was the point.
But oh my god, she was so hard to watch. She was.
I know. That's why it was great.
She didn't know how to. She's horrible at acting. She was a terrible director. Just the story was boring.
No, her acting was tremendous.
But about halfway through it picked up.
It got a reaction out of you. That's what her acting did. That is some good acting.
That doesn't mean that's not what that means.
That's exactly what that means.
It was
in this context. Yeah. Absolutely. No, you weren't supposed to have a good reaction. You're supposed to be annoyed to as possible about.
See that person. It didn't annoy me to that point. That's maybe what I was looking for. Her to really annoy me. She was just annoying enough to get under your skin, but not annoying enough to go.
I really want to give this a mondo now, but I can't quite go there.
Like Kardashian and Paris Hilton.
I know it was perfect.
That was the problem.
Actually, I don't know that I describe it that way, but at any rate, if that's what that's the reaction you had, then that's making me think this movie was better than I even thought it was.
Maybe it was.
Maybe it was. Maybe I need to watch it again.
Okay, well, you got till the end of today to do that. So let us know next week what you think, if you loved it even more.
All right.
I might have to watch it again with new eyes, too. I don't know. It's got a lot of good buzz. So good for her for doing it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Then we saw Synchronic at the drive-in.
I like going to the drive-in.
I love going to the drive-in.
That to me was the best part.
That
and the snacks.
And the snacks. Eating in my car? Like, come on.
Awesome.
That doesn't happen very often.
I had some popcorn twists on Friday night. I haven't had those in a while.
Those are good.
Isn't like sugar in those?
No, there's no sugar in those. It's like cornmeal and salt. That's it. And vegetable oil.
Pretty sure there's some kind of fructose something in there.
I can go dig out the bag out of my garbage to prove that it doesn't have any sugar in it if you need it.
I think you cheated a bit.
Murray's going to look it up online.
Cornmeal, vegetable oil, salt. That's it.
Those can be pretty addictive.
Oh yeah, no, we wolfed down the whole bag.
Anything with salt.
That's like corn chips sometimes. Like I have corn chips. Like the corn with the little tiny
I know the corn chips.
Like a giant's toenail.
Yeah.
They're shaped like that.
Yeah.
And then
those are so good.
The barbecue ones are like
I know, and then you eat the whole bag, and then you got corn chip belly for the next 2 days.
And you got like
it's just lumped in your
fingers
stomach.
from the corn for the corn. Do you like corn chips, Mur?
They're okay.
Corn chips are awesome.
There's something to be said about the fact that we're talking about food instead of talking about this movie.
Because it was at the drive-in.
This was a sci-fi Americana style.
Yeah.
The pacing and acting, I thought, particularly by Anthony Mackie, I really enjoyed him in this. Some of the convenient writing tricks were making it a little too easy to follow, like all the perfectly placed packages of Synchronic placed at the scenes. And not enough time with that. Otherwise, it was as what I expected. It was a solid meh for me.
Yeah. I don't know. It just didn't. It didn't. It seemed out of place in this festival.
It did kind of feel. Well, it's a little bit more mainstream, I think, than what we would expect from Cuff.
Yeah.
Right, but I don't think they have a lot of choices of what they have. And Anthony Mackie's a pretty big name right now, so hopefully it drew some
And then
people.
there's the 50 Shades guy.
Yeah.
What's a 50 Shades guy? Is that where that dude's from?
That's where he's from. All those movies.
I didn't even know
Well,
that.
that's
And
like
I
a
don't-
rom-com. That's
and I
like
don't
totally up your alley.
Know what else he's ever done.
I don't know what you're
besides
talking
that.
about.
Yeah.
You always defend rom-coms. You love them.
That's because they're awesome.
Yeah, there you go. So you should watch 50 Shades
good ones.
of Grey-ish or something. I don't know what's.
I don't think that's a rom-com.
Maybe you haven't seen it.
There is some rom in there. Maybe not too much calm.
Oh, is there? It's just a rom.
Just a rom.
Murray, did you see this movie?
I'm sorry. Did you say calm or? Oh,
No, I don't go there.
Did you?
I have not seen.
Did you?
any of them.
Okay, none of us have
I
seen
just
this.
happen to know that. That's
If
the
there's a
guy's
listener listening that has seen the three,
Tell us if
the
it's
trilogy,
funny.
and
if
enjoys
it's funny,
them, then we apologize.
we could check on IMDb, but it seems like too much effort.
It is.
So did this get to a meh for you?
I mean, sure. It was a meh.
You didn't hate it that much.
Well, it was
didn't love it.
was a low meh. Did it make me rage? No, I wasn't like super upset going out there like, "Argh," but at the same time,
Oh,
it was-
Drive-In, you destroyed me
yes,
with this
it's
movie.
like
Right.
I didn't leave the drive-in going, boy, that was a colossal waste of time. But that's probably because I was at the drive-in.
Yeah.
Had I just streamed it at home,
It's
it might have been a
fun.
rage.
Yeah.
But at the drive-in, it was a meh.
Yeah, it's
I was
like
just happy
everything
to
gets
get out of
better.
the house.
Everything's
That's
better at the drive-in,
That's right.
right? That's like Jay Baruchel's movie.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
the drive-in, it was a Mondo.
Yeah.
Regularly, it would have been a meh for
Yeah.
me.
There you go.
It gets extra points, but I was really hoping Philip would still have jumped out and scared me. But
That would have been cool if they had planned that.
He's a drive-in purist, though.
yeah,
told us
he
that.
did. He is a
Well, no,
purist.
there was a whole Cuff staff running around. I'm sure Cam or Brennan or something
One of them
probably
could have
done
tried to scare
that.
Somebody
or
should.
lift up a severed head.
Somebody take the bull by the horn.
Just stand in front of the screen, and some of them pop up with a severed head. That would be awesome
I know, right?
for next year.
Yeah, we'll plan it for next year. All right. Well, Saturday.
Yeah, got an early start. We had some Saturday morning cartoon party, so that's why we couldn't do the old podcast yesterday.
Yeah, we were busy screening. I was at a birthday party. Hashtag Sadat.
Did you have the cereal?
I did. I had cereal for breakfast before I left for Sadat's to watch it there.
Oh,
And he had peanut butter Captain Crunch, a giant box of it, which is my favorite kids type cereal.
I had some puffed wheat.
This regular puffed
Yeah,
wheat.
puffed wheat with no sugar. Just,
So
you
boring.
get them in the big white bags
Yeah.
where all it is.
I'm aware.
The ingredients is,
Just puffed
puffed
wheat.
wheat.
Yeah,
That's all that's
no
in it.
salt.
The
It's
most-
just
No
puffed
salt.
The most
no
tasteless
sugar.
cereal out there.
Well, I know all brands pretty tasteless
So
too.
I had
this
some
is terrible.
delicious puffed wheat for my cartoon cereal.
Yeah, those two
Party.
words don't belong
Did you
together.
put bananas on it?
No, you don't need the bananas. You got
Peanut
the
butter?
puffed wheat.
Or
Throw
peanut
some
butter and
peanut
banana?
butter in there and make
No.
it peanut butter flavored?
No, it's just
You had
puffed
no
wheat.
protein. You're just hopped up on carbs.
It was puffed wheat.
So
Delicious.
Murray, did you do any cartooning yesterday?
No, I was quite busy yesterday at my job.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Anyone
Sad but
wishing
true.
they could see our faces right now? We all have sad faces for Murray.
Yes. Sad emoji.
Wah, wah. But I did like that they capped off the cartoon party with Toxic Crusaders.
Toxic Crusaders.
And
a fine trauma
A
production.
prime trauma production. Like
Trauma did cartoons?
yeah,
They did
well,
one.
They did one series. It was 12 episodes.
Yes.
Toxic Crusaders with Mop.
Mm-hmm.
And was it Flopsy, his little ball of fur? What's that?
Ah.
Bloppy. No, it was Blobby.
Blobby.
It was
Blobby.
Blobby. Yeah,
Yeah.
and his girlfriend.
Yes, girlfriend.
So, as usual, the cartoon party was a hit. Like, you can't,
it was fun.
Who doesn't want to eat a bowl of cereal and watch some cartoons?
Did they show the raccoons?
No.
No raccoons?
No,
I
they-
grew up on that.
Yeah, well. Yeah, they missed a lot of the stuff that I grew up
Well,
on.
they
But they
only
only
have
had 3 hours,
right? So-
maybe next year.
Next year.
There's
Got to tune in every year to
always
find
next
out
year.
what's going to be on next year.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll get to sit and eat cereal next year while we do it.
We got some Yogi Bear. Hey, boo boo.
Hey, boo boo. Yeah.
Let's go steal us some picnic baskets.
Yeah, and he did, the thief. So you also I didn't get to see the interview. You saw the interview after the cartoon, right?
What's it said? Something Bousman.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Darren Bousman.
There we go.
there we
Darren
go.
Bousman. Yeah. So yeah, no, he was actually a really interesting dude. He kind of took over the Saw franchise from 2 through 4. And then he's been sucked back into the franchise. He's actually making the one that was supposed to come out in May, called Spiral.
I think that's what it's called.
But that's
With
actually
Chris Rock.
They still want it to be a summer blockbuster production, so they're pushing it all the way to next May. But
Really?
yeah. But that's kind of a good thing, because a lot of these movies that got made, they're like, yeah, screw it, they're going right to video on demand. But they want this to have a theatrical release, so they're hanging on to it. The studio is and going to give it a theatrical release, which is cool.
Now, do you remember the line that Samuel L. Jackson says in the trailer?
Yeah, but I can't repeat it.
Wasn't it something like, "You want to play a game, motherfucker"?
Something like that.
That was it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
and
sure.
it's funny because he's like, you know what? I made this movie, and just the fact that line got said in my trailer made the whole thing worthwhile.
Yes!
I could sit and watch back this trailer over and over again for the rest of my life, and I could feel like I accomplished
Yeah,
something.
it's like if you can get. I mean, come on! What a perfect joy for this director.
Yeah, he was so
Slash-
pleased with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's just an interesting dude. He kind of talks about how he kind of lied his way into, directing Saw 2, and it's just a lot of interesting stories. So if you ever get a chance to see anything with Darren Bousman,
Well worth it.
it is well worth it. He's an entertaining dude. He's got a lot of stories to tell. And it was supposed to be an hour long. It ended up going 2 hours, which got me a little behind schedule. But you know what?
It was well worth
2
the 2
hours.
hours.
2 hours of fun. So if there's ever a Q&A with this guy that you can take in, do it.
And everybody look forward to.
And just a warning, he always gets a little tipsy before he starts doing these things. He has a couple drinks, so apparently he doesn't like doing them sober because he kind of climbs up a little. He's a bit of an introvert, so
Okay.
he's got to get some truth serum into him, and then he starts he starts talking.
Yeah,
And,
that's my strategy with golf and darts and pool.
Yeah, but no, entertaining guy. That was a lot of fun.
And everybody look forward to seeing Spiral
Yeah, look, it actually
from the
looks
Book
really
of
good.
Saw.
How can you go wrong? You got Saw and you got Chris Rock.
And Samuel L. Jackson.
And Sam Jackson.
And you're just waiting to see that line in the middle of the movie,
Oh,
which is,
it's gonna be so
"You
good."
want to play a game, motherfucker?" I can't wait. Can't wait. May next year cannot come soon enough.
No kidding.
All right, well, then we saw... What else did we see?
We saw Bloody Nose, Empty Pockets.
Yeah, this was not another great day for me,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, it's about a dive bar in Vegas that's closing down, and
Which sounds like it should be good.
yeah, I mean, it had some characters in it. There were parts, but it just kind of went on and on and on and on and on. You'd think about out of the... I guess, because they're basically just filming like that last day.
Yeah.
You'd think out of the 16 hours that they probably filmed that, they might be able to come up with 90 minutes. It's pretty enthralling, but really this should have been a short.
Yeah, I agree. I think it should have been a short.
20 minutes, 25 maybe.
But interesting, the guy, like the old guy with the white hair,
Yeah.
Michael Martin is his name.
Yes.
And
Do
he's
tell.
in quite a few things. He's a pretty popular actor.
His face looked so familiar that that's not shocking.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's literally been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this was a hard, painful rage for me.
Oh, really? I'm going meh on it.
I think you're being a little kind. I did not like this movie at all. It was really hard. It's really hard for me to review this type of doc. This does nothing for me. A barfly, a day in the life of a dive bar in Vegas that has its last day in existence. I guess if it was my regular hangout, like if we went to Vegas and we ended up there every once in a while.
If you were there,
yeah, like there's and
you'd love this. But if you're just watching,
I've historically seen a lot of docs from the fest, and they challenge your senses and they challenge your mind on a lot of things. Like, as we talked, Hail Satan, which is in my top 20 of all time, is a doc that I would expect something like that from. And even Big Fur for me, even though you didn't love it, to me it was like it was a little mind bending.
I like this way better than Big Fur.
Oh wow. Okay, well. Yeah, I don't like seeing people sitting around a bar talking. It's like, I mean, I guess I could have got drunk and watched it and pretend and talk to them maybe. I don't know, but yeah, I was not a fan of this movie.
Fair enough.
Okay, then we watched Homewrecker. But before that, there was a short that was How to Caulk Your Tub.
Oh yeah,
so good.
You know what? That was actually really good.
So funny, and learning is fun.
Learning is fun.
That's a nice clean Mondo for me.
Yeah, I'll give that one to Mondo.
Yeah.
How to caulk your tub.
Yeah, just so random. It's so good. Homewrecker. Hint. When a whack job asks to sit beside you at a coffee shop, just say no and leave.
That's good advice.
It's a red flag right away.
Wouldn't have made much of a movie, though.
No, it's true. Although, I don't know, maybe it would have been a different direction. Favorite line in this movie was,
ahead.
Cheers. I want to cheer you up because you seem sad when they're drinking their martini thing in her house.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Who thought that Raggedy Ann and Andy could be so creepy?
That was like the wallpaper in the
Yeah,
room, was
in
it?
the room.
Yeah.
I wish this could have been either funnier or creepier or more outrageous. I had high hopes for this. I was hoping it was going to be like either a super funny comedic version of People Under the Stairs with a lady who's kind of cray-cray, single white female style. Mm-hmm. But never got there. It was an interesting spin on the single white female character.
Was it?
Yeah. You're like not even motivated to talk about this one.
Yeah.
Did this make it to rage for you?
Yeah.
It's okay if you rage at a movie at Cuff. It's not saying we don't love Cuff. It's saying that the movie that they booked this time was not for you.
It was not for me.
No, I couldn't give it a rate. I didn't really super hate it, mostly because of the sound effect of the sledgehammer crushing the brain. That sound alone was pretty good.
I had a problem with the fact that she goes in at one point, the girl's trying to escape the house, and then she goes in and she like opens the door like it's nothing. She didn't reach for a key or anything. At no point did they establish that these all had inside locks. Like we never saw the door with
yes.
You know, yeah. So like why we don't know why this girl just can't leave. And it's weird that she's like reaching for chairs to bash through when there's all these doors and we haven't it was not very good filmmaking because I didn't know what was going on and I didn't understand why she couldn't do certain. I had to like infer a bunch of stuff. It's like, well, I guess that must be the way it is, but not in a foreshadowing, clever, just in a, like, I guess that's how it's got to be. It's just, I don't know, just a lot of inconsistencies that just kind of annoyed the hell out of me.
Yeah, there was parts in there where I was kind of like, could easily get away.
And the fight scene where they're rolling on top of each other just looks so bad.
I did like the part where she cut her tongue out, though. That was pretty good.
Yeah, but the tongue looked ridiculous too. It was just, it looked like it was like an ox tongue or something. That's not her tongue. There's no way that was in her mouth.
I don't know. Have you seen Gene Simmons' tongue? His tongue is pretty massive, dude.
Yeah, that's Gene Simmons.
I didn't see her sticking her tongue out lots, so I don't know. Could have been her. Maybe that was her tongue for real.
Plus, it was like this dark, like it looked like a liver.
A chunk of liver.
It looked like a chunk of liver.
Maybe
that was the color of it.
Maybe it had already gone bad.
In the 2 seconds. It's like, no. Come on.
She ate purple candy.
Yeah, maybe she was eating... Though she did have that drink that was kind of different color.
Just stop. Let's move on.
So that Homewrecker was a meh for me, and it was a rage for Bryce, I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then we saw Dead Dicks. But before that, we saw Bark, which is also filmed in Calgary.
I think that's where this quote came from.
You think so?
Yeah, that golden apples issue from the hole in my bum.
I hope that is.
I think that came from Bark.
From Bark?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it was a good short. I loved
But
it.
maybe it didn't. I don't know. It came from something.
Was it a Mondo for you, Bark?
No.
Oh, did you not like it at all?
It was meh.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny. The the premise of it is this tree is talking to us. It's the narrator of the story, and a bunch of bad shit happens right under his tree.
I hate trees.
I don't understand why these ladies were running around in their underwear.
Why not?
All right.
It's free. It's a free world.
That's weird. Didn't make sense.
Well, I think there was things happening off camera we didn't know about. Wink, wink.
Well, if it was a tree, he can't really move.
He wasn't. He didn't move at all.
No, there's
So
some...
then he didn't see what was happening.
Oh, he did see a lot.
Apparently he can see a lot of stuff.
Well, trees are alive.
I'm trying to figure out where his...
Where his
So
bum was? That
no,
the golden apple came from?
Where... How does a tree see? Like, can they see like the 360 degrees all the way around them?
Sure, why not?
Okay, well then I guess it made sense.
Of course. Like, probably the eyes of the... I don't know. I'm not a tree. Sure. Everywhere. See from their leaves, see from their bark. I mean, it was called Bark, so maybe they saw from the bark.
Yeah. Let's not talk about this movie anymore.
We have to talk. I was trying to delay it because we're talking about dead dicks. I think possibly your favorite movie in the festival.
No.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it does. Actually, you know what? I did not hate this movie as much as he did. It didn't get to a Mondo.
There
It
were a
still
lot of
stayed
dead
a meh.
dicks in it.
There was a lot of dead dicks.
And there were some actual dicks.
And there
in
was
it, too.
actual dicks, yeah. Lots of great sexually charged energy with vagina art and full frontal male nudity throughout this movie. I love the idea of this movie. I thought the story delivered. The story delivered on all fronts. Yes, pun intended.
Mm-hmm.
Because we saw a lot of full frontal nudity. Remember when I said that?
It's not as effective when you have to explain it.
I know. The dumb look on your face made me want to. I did not know where this film was going to go, and I liked the unusual storyline. I thought the story was really good. It fell apart a bit as the neighbor got involved. Like once the neighbor got involved, I stopped.
It was dumb.
Liking it as much, but ultimately it kept me still pretty entertained through the film. Only flaw, which was a pretty big flaw, was the acting for me was weaker than the story deserved, in my opinion.
So I liked the premise.
Yep.
The acting wasn't terrific. The neighbor did not need to be. If you did have a neighbor involved, it didn't have to be this guy. Because that just took away from this as well.
Yeah, I felt.
And I just, the overall look of it, I wasn't thrilled with. I thought it should have looked better.
Like, you mean like just the filming quality?
The filming quality, the lighting,
This is a really, like, it's one of these things, and we don't often talk about this, but sometimes in underground film or just like independent, this is so independent.
Yeah.
The husband and wife duo that wrote and directed it, they basically made this on a shoestring.
And
so
they did, and you respect that, but things like lighting, you can, I think at some point they should have looked at it and said, well, maybe we shouldn't have this quite as bright.
Yeah, I mean, the script does lend itself to a more darker, ominous feel.
Yeah, and it was like so HD in my face with everything crisp lines and.
Yeah. I don't.
But maybe that's just a personal preference.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that's a bit of a personal preference for you. I thought this story was really. I'm looking forward to seeing more of their writing because this was really creative idea.
The story was solid. It was a creative idea, and I, as I say, I loved the concept. That was cool. The neighbor kind of really.
It's funny how we both picked out the neighbor just separately to think he was the character that kind of didn't fit.
It kind of derailed it a little bit. It lost a lot of momentum. Like every time he was in it, it lost some momentum, and then we'd get it back, and then we'd see him again. It would lose some momentum.
Man, would someone kill him or throw him in the vagina that he just gets eaten or something? Yeah. The first rule of
throw him in the vagina.
The first rule of being a serial killer is that bodies go in the compost box, not in regular garbage.
Yes.
That was a big problem for me.
There you go.
And at some point, the neighbor must have known he was carrying bodies. I mean, you can't not lift a bag
Well,
of
how can you
a
not even
garbage
question?
bag.
Oh, this is heavy. What's it? He doesn't even ask what's in it.
Well, she even said it was a body, or he said it was a body.
Yeah, he's like, what's in here? A body?
So in a movie where they're trying to make it science fiction feel realistic, the whole scene with getting rid of the bodies kind of annoyed me, actually. Because they are compostable. I mean, we live in a world that we're trying to, not create more garbage. And those bodies were going to end up in landfill when they could have been composting and making some great fertilizer.
Awesome. So what else did we see?
So, Garrett, that was a double man. I'm assuming you're...
Yeah, it's a man.
Okay. Man. Then we capped the evening off...
Yummy.
...with Yummy. This is the best zombie movie film I've seen from Belgium.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, you had me at plastic surgery gone wrong and a zombie movie all rolled up into one. So much fun from this zombie offering from Belgium. I felt it was channeling a little Dead Alive influences. So some great gore, both male and female nudity to please all audiences. And some kind of lizard zombie hybrid creepy creature that I'm not sure what it was, but I'm going to have nightmares about that thing for the next 10 years, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy.
It looked so real, and I'm like, how the fuck did they make this thing? It was so creepy. I loved everything about this tasty, yummy zombie treat. Deliciously breast zombie mondo from Belgium.
Yeah, it was good.
You're giving it a mondo? Come on. You love the ending.
Yeah, well, that's what kind of pushed it to a mondo for me.
The ending was perfect.
The ending was perfect. I really liked the ending.
See,
there is some stuff in it that I was like, did we really need that? But you know what? At the end of the day, you're going to get that when you watch a 90-minute horror film.
Yeah, like you can't. There's no 90-minute horror movie that I can think of.
And to be honest, if you're making a horror movie, you shouldn't be selective. You should just be throwing it all in there. And that's what they did.
I love the main character, Michael. And it's like such a doofus.
He's
like,
a total doofus.
It's like every 5 minutes he's hitting his head.
Getting knocked out.
Getting knocked out. I'm kind of glad that he didn't. Well, I don't want to spoil it. We could really spoil it, but there's a part where
some of us haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, you have to see this, Mur, because you're a little bit becoming a little bit of a fan of zombie movies. So this could make you, and you'll be happy to know that most of it was in English.
Well, that does make me happy.
Was most of it in English?
Yeah, it was almost all in English. There was just a few times. No, they had the subtitles on the entire movie.
No, I know,
but it was in English. Like they just had some
50,
accents.
50.
I couldn't actually figure out what, because the couple spoke one language, and the doctor and then
when they were conversing between themselves, no one was supposed to understand, including the audience, what they were saying.
Yeah. Well, but they had subtitles for the couple. They put subtitles in English for them. It was when the other people.
Yeah, no. When the doctors were communicating in whatever language they were talking, which I'm sorry, I don't know what they were talking.
Yeah, me neither.
But there were no subtitles for that, because not only were the characters in the movie not supposed to know what they were talking about, but neither was the audience.
Yeah.
So we were all in the same boat, which was kind of cool.
What was that? What were they saying?
Yes, although one character in there did understand what they were saying.
Yes, he pretended he didn't know. They called it monkey
Wink,
language
wink.
or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Monkey language.
I don't know what it was, but yeah. And that one was co-sponsored by our friends at Night Terrors Film Society.
Oh, cool. That would be appropriate. That's a good one to sponsor, guys.
Didn't you say, Jim, it's also on Shudder?
So Shudder sent me something in the news device mailing thing through my internet email.
I got to deal with Shudder.
Famagi. So they said that it's coming to Shudder, and maybe I think it came Friday. I haven't gone and looked at Shudder yet, but I'm pretty sure that it may be. So
it
Murray,
will be at some point.
If you've got Shudder,
I don't yet.
I don't know what I mean. I kind of want Bryce to plug his ears, but like there should be a lot more people that have Shudder because there's some good stuff.
They are annoying me, man.
I know they are, buddy. I know you are.
If anybody listened to my rage on Shudder, they know why.
Yeah, I've also raged about them at times too, because they do have some shit that's going on there. But okay, well, it's not showing now. Maybe it's just in the U.S. or maybe it's coming. But we can watch for Yummy to show up.
I'm sure it will show up somewhere anyway.
They're now showing The Nightingale.
By the way, The Nightingale is excellent.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Where did it play at?
Nowhere.
Oh,
Nowhere in Calgary.
How did you see this?
Because I'm special.
I know you're special, but like, did you just?
Because I'm a world traveler.
Oh, interesting. World traveler, huh? It is an English film. Oh yeah, I've seen this.
I believe we talked about this already.
Yeah, too funny, man. Your memory's better than mine.
But it's actually getting an American
buzz.
No, they're remaking it.
Oh no,
Hollywood's gotten its hands
As they
on
do.
it.
That's not.
Everything.
That's not good.
I want to say it's an Australian film, maybe. Is that where it's from? I don't even remember.
It was in English.
Yeah. Okay.
So
that's all you got for me?
That's all I got.
That's fine.
I could probably find out.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But so the cinemas are open, right? Did we hear that?
Yeah, Cineplex opened on Friday. I believe Landmark did as well. Of course, you have to buy your tickets in advance, and they have limited concession, but they are open. I think they are just showing mostly older movies, though. But hey, it's going to a theater.
Interesting. Did you notice what happened to Plamer?
I didn't. I believe Jurassic Park is on the tap for a few of them. The one in the south, which is open for a few weeks now, they I think had E.T. and Back to the Future, things like that.
Classic 80s.
So just check your local listings.
But our friends at the Globe are opening this coming Friday,
That is correct.
July 3rd.
Exciting.
So there's new content coming because they're playing a movie that is a 2020 release.
Cool.
So people in Alberta or Calgary, come and support the Globe when they reopen. And hopefully next year we'll be full on, fully loaded. Get to watch the festival then. So Wednesday,
Yes.
we're going to talk the rest of the films we're going to screen today.
Yep.
And back to some of our own old tricks.
Yeah, it's going to be back to kind of regular programming, I think.
We got to remind Bryce that he now still has to see.
Well, don't you have to see it too?
Oh, that's right. But I have seen it, but I will watch it again.
Okay.
The Expendables.
And that's not the same as Escape Plan.
No. Two different movies.
Because they're both
Same
they both
terrible
start with,
actor.
They both start with E, and they both have Sylvester Stallone. So
Yeah.
I just figured if you've seen one, that it's good enough.
One Stallone movie the same as the rest.
Although I haven't seen Escape Plan. I saw Escape Plan 3 because, you made me watch it.
You saw 3 and not the first one?
Well,
First
because
one's the- first
it was
one is
Rage
the
or
best
Dare
one.
Oh.
It was. Well, I wouldn't put the first one in there. That has Arnie. That's a treat. If you get to see an Arnie movie ever, that's a treat.
Okay.
But if you're seeing an Arnie movie with Stallone,
That would be Expendables.
that would be it'd be expendable for sure. Expendable is the
He is in
key
that
word.
too.
Okay, so just to repeat, I got to watch The Expendables, not Escape Plan.
Yes, and
the
I also
first
have to
one.
watch it, which
Yes.
we'll be talking about that lovely, lovely treat on Wednesday.
All right. Along with
Along with
No Body, I
No
used to go
Body.
here, and Crazy World,
Yes.
which are all which
Crazy
is what we're
excited
doing
about.
today.
which we're all crazy excited to see.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that takes us to the end of today. Thanks, Ragers, for listening. Thanks to the extended Film Raid crew of Leonard Conlon for his artistic vision and photography via Leonard Conlon Photography. Again, just reminding everybody to find pictures of Mr. Potato. He'll be stalking the internet in the World Wide Web. Listen to us on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, TuneIn, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. Finally, Spotify. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And check out our website at filmrageyyc.com. Before we close too, Calgary Underground Film Fest, calgaryundergroundfilm.org to check out all the content.
One more day to watch everything.
One more day if you're in Alberta to watch as many great films as you can. So please, we are always wanting your feedback to make this a raging blast for all listeners. So please comment often and please make us rage. Please, please. That's it for today. Rage on.
Rage on.